And you know, so many times we think, why don't I have better willpower? If I only had willpower. And you know how people put prayers on these little green sheets here, and they want me and Padre Pio to pray for them, which I do. I can't tell you how many times people have prayed for willpower. Prayed, oh please, give me the willpower to not eat those cookies. Give me the willpower to not want that pizza. It has nothing to do with willpower. Nothing whatsoever. Weight is not a food problem or a self-control problem. It is an emotional, lifestyle, or stress problem. Excess weight is an indication that something in your life needs to change. When I weighed 370 into the world, when I was like, hi, how you doing? How's everything? I realized, everyone's got, I got a thyroid this, or a depression that, or I was on this medication. But I'm talking when you're that overweight, there's other things going on. There's other things going on. And I had to accept myself, stop being so angry with myself, start letting go of the mistakes of the past, turning to God. That has been the biggest key. Turning to God instead of food, and also limiting myself to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I still do. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Is there a zig, a special occasion? Yes. But for the most part, that's what we do. Here's a top 10 list of the biggest stress eating symptoms. And there's a little star by it. Is there a star by all of yours? Because in the small group, you're going to refer back to that. So just go back to the star. You don't take time for stress relief because you got too much to do. You eat to reduce stress and pressure. You eat too fast and crave carbohydrates. The urge to eat comes on suddenly. You feel the urge to eat when you have important projects to finish. You eat to cope with stress and reduce the feelings of tension. Work stress causes an increase in stress eating. You eat in the state of tensed tiredness. You use food for stress relief instead of exercise or other techniques because it's easier. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. I can have 2 pieces of pizza and shove them in my mouth and wash them down with some brews. Or I can go to Pine Grove, get in my car, and do an hour on the machines. What am I going to pick? I mean, you have to really, really be committed to your health regime because stress eating is easy. It's easy. And one of the person said a few weeks ago when we were doing simple and complex carbohydrates, I might have said this already, simple carbohydrates, easy. You don't have to do anything. Easy. Eat them. They're easy. Donut, that's simple. All I got to do is pick it up and eat it. Complex, you might have to cook it, wash it, buy it, clean it. Learn not to here's something. Stress drains your ability to pick yourself up after life lets you down unless you build stress resilience. Life's going to let us down every single day in some way, shape, or form. Something's going to let... I had a beautiful day the other day. And I went home and I didn't let my sister, who I love more than everything, she was better, but I didn't let it define my mood, define my eating habits. I was able to share the good parts of the day because we need to say there is still good even when there's bad. Because you could revel in a heap of, oh, my life sucks and everything's bad and give me the food. Or you can say, there's some good things. Yeah, there's bad, but there's some good. Learn not to take things personally and avoid getting caught up in the drama of life's stressful challenges. Now here's another thing that this Ellen didn't even discuss with this Ellen. I didn't say, I bet you Bob forgot those keys on purpose. I bet you he did it to torture me. There was a day when I might have done that. But now I go, it was a mistake, who cares? Read your book. That's a big step for me. Big step. Stop dramatizing. Everyone knows that I love my new job, and everyone might have read that we're being sold to a private company. Now, I could dramatize, I finally got something I like, and now it's going to change. They'll probably fire me, and I'll probably be out on the street, and after, we'll lose the house, we'll lose everything. I'm not going to say that fleetingly some of those thoughts didn't whiz by, whiz, but I'm trying to not be stressed. I'm trying to say one day at a time, sweet Jesus. And I say, God, you planted me here, thought you wanted me to grow. It's in your hands. Release, control, he's got it. That's what we have to do. Move on. Even if you are in the right sometimes and somebody else is in the wrong, move on. It's so easy. You take things personally, let it go, move on. Look at the big picture. Get some perspective on things and move on. You know, moving on is two simple words, and yet there's so many of us. My grandmother, God knows I love that woman at 96 years old. She was still talking about how her parents didn't pay any attention to them. She was still talking about some of the problems she had when she was a teenager and a kid. I didn't say to my 96-year-old grandmother, why don't you move on? I didn't say that to her. I just was listening and loving. But I said to myself, I hope there's a day, Ellen, where you'll be able to let things go and move on. Is that day today? Maybe not, but oh, I'm so much closer. Here's where I started, and here's the end. And I'm like way over here. That's huge. That's huge. I'm not there. None of us are there anymore. The second you walked in that door, you went here. The second you decided not to quit, you were here. The second you said, Hail Mary, full of grace, you were here. Move on. Recharge, recharge, recharge. Stress eating is an emotional problem. If you stop and you say, who can I help? Who can I help? What can I do? Maybe I'll call Ellen. She'll yell at me. She'll tell me not to have the donut. Do something for somebody that's important. You know, when I told you how happy I was about the band program, it made all that work and all that sacrifice, and people are going to love it, and I'm just so happy about it. It was a lot of work, yeah, but it was worth it to me. Also, we have to do something nice for ourselves. There's nothing wrong with having a good book in your purse, and when things happen, pulling it out. I'm going to stop right there, Bob, and I'm going to talk about